Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh my God, I am so sorry. Let me start by apologizing for everyone that has been waiting for my live for 20 minutes. I thought that I would go live on my mobile phone, but it just didn't work out. So we're doing this. And I hope that everyone can find their way to this live. So let's start from the beginning. Welcome to this live streaming with me, Nurse Aisha. My name is Aisha, aka Nurse Aisha. I am here focusing on preventative health, and I am here to give you awareness and basically let you know what you need to know to better your health, may it be physical health or mental health. So if you like that type of content, this is a live for you. For those of you that have been with me, been on my channel before, you know what it's all about. Thank you so much for the support. And for those of you that are new, welcome to my channel. And let's start the live streaming. So basically, this is all about me revealing my results from my screening, my breast cancer screening, my mammogram. I also want to start with apologizing for my twisted tongue. So when I was doing that vlog, I kept on saying mammograph. Now, I already told you that Swedish has become my main language, so I keep on twisting my tongue when I'm trying to speak English. So the mammograph issue came from the fact that in Swedish, mammogram is called mammography. So I twisted that around somehow and ended up with mammograph, but it's a mammogram. So last week, I believe, yes, it was last week, I did, was it last week? Oh, 2 weeks ago. God, time flies really quickly. Some while back, I had my very first mammogram. And basically, I'm here to reveal the results from that screening. And I'll do that at the end of this live streaming. But I really want to talk about the importance of health screenings that we have all around our society and in the healthcare system, the different screenings that we have for preventative health and why we do this, why we do the screenings, and why it's important for you to make sure that you get screened early for early detection and diagnosis. So I'm going to talk basically about that. What is it that we're doing, what you should do to better your health through these preventative health methods. Now, all of this is obviously compared to where you live, what you have access to, whether it's for free that is given to you from your healthcare providers, or that you can actually go and purchase these screenings and you pay out of pocket, which is sad, but that is the world that we live in. So we're going to talk about the different screenings that we have around that, the World Health Organizations, people in the healthcare systems have created, basically diseases that can be screened for early detection and then, better your chances of the complications and things like that can come with disease. Basically, most of these diseases are either cancers or other types of diseases that are preventable before you get the symptoms. So the reasons why screenings are done are very many. So let's start from the beginning. So I have some notes right next to me. I will be looking at them at some point. So in our society, in the healthcare system, we have different screening programs that are put there for diagnosis, early detection and early diagnosis, for better treatment and for better outcome from these diseases. So the one that I attended was for breast cancer screening, which, you know, is there for us as women. And like I told you in that vlog, is that it's there for women in my country where I live here in Sweden. It's for women between 40 and 75. So within that window, they have predicted that there's a higher chance to develop breast cancer. Of course, it can happen earlier or later, but in that window, there's a chance that you can catch this disease early and then make sure that you start treatment and whatever that you need to do for a better outcome. So there's a whole the reason I'm here is because, you know, there's reports. Like I found a report on WHO's website where they have a whole report about the reasons of early screenings, why they do it. Now, I am aware that, you know, not all of you will get the chance or access or even have the ability to read these reports. But this is why we're here, people like me, to give you the information, not as heavy as a big report on however many pages that was. I didn't personally read the whole report, but, you know, I can get what I need out of it so that I can present it to you. So part of it is basically, I want to tell you, so what are screenings? What are screening programs? So they're evidence-based programs, basically meant to improve public health for everyone. Public health is for you, for me, for everyone in our societies. And this is to improve our health. So we want to do it, the screenings, we want to do it asymptomatic, basically before you get symptoms of any type of disease. Like I did, again, I do not have any symptoms of breast cancer, but still I go and do this screening because it's important for my health in the future. And it's important for all of you to do this before you actually get the symptoms, because what happens when you get the symptoms, then the disease is basically onset for depending on the severe symptoms or mild symptoms that you're getting. So we want to catch this early before it gets problematic. Hello, hi, welcome to the live weight switch. I am really sorry for everyone that has waited for me, but it seems to be a problem for me with technology. Yes, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Oh, and also there's a time, I believe it was my first live that I did here. It was Mother's Day, International Mother's Day. But I will let you know that today is actually Mother's Day here in Sweden on the 26th of May. So happy Mother's Day to all mothers again. They're being celebrated. I was out a little bit in the shops and there's flowers, and reminder to celebrate your mothers today here in Sweden. So basically it's the National Mother's Day here in Sweden. Yeah, so now that we have that aside, which is perfect, you know, maybe remind your mother to go for a breast cancer screening. How about that? With flowers, obviously. Present it well so that it doesn't mess up the mood. All right, so let's back to the screenings, why it's important for us to do the different screening programs that are there for us to be proactive about our health. So you want to get these screenings before you get any type of symptoms. And for breast cancer, it would be a lump. It would be and what kind? The one that we really talk about mainly is the lumps. And the way that you can also do that by yourself is looking for any type of swelling or lump in your breast by yourself at home. So that is also a type of test that you can do in the comfort of your home. But when the symptoms, some symptoms you might not even feel. So this is why it's very important that you go for these screenings so it can be detected early. From other diseases, you can get other symptoms like pain or extreme weight loss or weight gain for that matter. And some people can get hair loss from diseases that they're carrying around without knowing. So we have the screenings. If we go back, you might find out about these screenings at your GP's office. If you ask questions, you will get the answers to your questions. What type of screenings are there for me? If you're in your GP's office and you are proactive about your health, you might ask, I'm a woman of a certain age, or I'm a man of a certain age. I want to know what type of screenings are there for me, what I can do to better my health. And that goes also, besides from screenings, we also have health checkups that you can do. A simple blood run can really, really detect a lot of diseases, such as high cholesterol, which can also be a result of high blood pressure. You can take a blood test for diabetes, for instance, to see if you have any high blood sugars. That could be a problem. So that is also something that is not a screening per se, but it's a health checkup that can also better your health, and knowing this. So the whole system is basically for awareness, for better outcomes, for better treatment, for early detection of these diseases. What I noted was to basically talk to you about what is available here where I live, because it can differ depending on the country that you are in. So the screenings that are done mainly are breast cancer screenings. You have the cervical cancer screenings, and then there's also the colonoscopy for colon cancer screening that can also detect cancer in the rectum. These are serious cancer diseases, diagnoses that can be prevented, but also have a better outcome. So we basically do it to reduce mortality, which, it has been. There's so many studies on this that, the screenings will better your chances of the outcomes and the risk that can come with, because these diseases can come with so many other conditions and other risk factors. The spread of cancer can be, maybe reduced if it's detected early and you get early treatment, so it doesn't spread to the rest of the organs. So those are the ones that are very, very common. And the screening programs really, really do a lot for, you would think that what you don't know won't hurt you, but it will, because I know a lot of people that use that type of explanation, that I rather not know. But if you don't find out early or find out at all, at some point you find out when, the symptoms are severe and you're getting really, really sick. And now we're looking at a lot of risks that could have been preventable. So we have the breast cancer, and I showed you in my vlog how it's done, and we talked around that. And then we have the cervical cancer, mainly for us women, the cervix, the womb. So that is done either by you getting an appointment with your midwife, and they do the swab, the pap smear. The recent ones that I have done we have actually have me and my friends, most of us got it at home, a home test that you can do in the comfort of your home, and that was sent to us. And then, you know, it's still your responsibility to do the test and then send it off for analyzation or analyzing. And it's a simple test, but it can detect so much and save lives. This is really important that we acknowledge that these programs are there for us to detect these diseases. Now, I'm getting a bit anxious and nervous about if people are waiting on the other link that I had. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Technology is a problem. I'm not sure if, because this is a completely different link, because I see there's not a lot of people present. Oh yeah, I got oh, someone is letting me know that it's not working. Oh wow, that's so sad. I can't really try to fix it right now, because that will mean that I have to live. Oh, how would I get that? How would I do that? Let me see if there's a link to this. Oh, it's so sad. You know what? Let's just go ahead and you can watch the live afterwards. I had no choice but to just create another link. And it's really, really sad because the other one did not really work the way that I wanted it to work. Like I said, I wanted to do it on my mobile phone, but it didn't work out. All right, so I'm really sad. Okay, so back to early detection and screening. So now I'm getting off track because all right, so the screenings. What I have done, I've done the breast cancer screening like we talked about, and I have my results right here. Let's see. Yeah, so I have my results, and I will share this in a moment. So what else? Bowel cancer is one of the cancers you can also have checked for, and I've talked about colon cancer. So the colon cancer here in Sweden is screened for around the age of 60, and you also invited for the screening for that, and it's later on when you're older, obviously, because there is studies that has shown that colon cancer is common when you get older, around 60 years old. But of course, if you have a family member that has had this and it's been really severe, you could also ask for it earlier. Prostate cancer screenings are there for men from age 40. That I know, even though it wasn't a common screening that they wrote about, it's also something that is very important for men in their 40s to get screened early. That can really be done at the GPs. You take a blood sample, PSA, and then you also get swiped. That's not the right lingo for it. You get your doctor will basically feel your prostate and see if it's enlarged, and if there's any kind of suspicion for cancer growth, then you go for a biopsy for that, and that is obviously in men. So that is there. Colon cancer, it's basically a tube or a machine that goes up your rectum to look for cancer cells. And that is also done by, I believe it's you get a referral to do that at the endoscopy. Tagning. See, now there comes the Swedish. Yeah, so there's so many screenings and things that you can do to start this journey of preventative health. But one that is maybe very common that we usually recommend to do, and unfortunately, this could sometimes it's done if you are getting treatment for something else, and that is a normal blood run, a normal health checkup. So you could go to your GP for something else, and with the blood work that has been done, a lot can be detected in that blood work that you presented. So, and that could go for so many diseases in the thyroid, diabetes. You have blood diseases such as lymphoma, sickle cells. You have if you have a higher risk for blood clots, that can be detected in that blood run. It depends obviously on what the doctor has sent for. Hemophilia can be detected, and also other infections, and anemia can be detected from a blood test. But also just going to your general practitioner to take your blood pressure, that can really make a difference from detection of hypertension, which I also did. I mean, that is, the silent killers that we talk about that you don't really pay attention to, and you're walking around with a really high blood pressure that is has a lot of risk factors for so many other diseases and conditions. So that can be done, that can be detected in blood samples that can be run by your general practitioner. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that you can do so much for your health by doing, by going for screenings, for health screening programs, but also for general checkups with your physician before you get any types of symptoms. And the programs are meant to improve your health, basically. And we are always talking about being proactive about your health, and this is a way that you can. So what you could do is go to different websites to check on what programs are available for you in your country. Where I am, you can go to 1177, that is 1177, and check what programs are available for you. If you're a woman or if you're a man, and you can read more about it, because you have to educate yourself. We're here to educate you and increase awareness, but you also have to do the work by yourself at some point with the information that you're given. So I know in London you have the NHS that is responsible for those programs. In the US, I think there's a lot. It depends on different states, I guess. Or there has to be a national entity that is responsible for this kind of checkups. And I know that many of you maybe go through the insurance companies. So you have to check with whoever is responsible for these screening programs, if they have a website or not, and do the screenings. I urge you to do the screenings because they save life and also minimize the risks for other diseases, because, unfortunately, misery loves company. So you might have one condition that comes with other risk factors and other diseases, which is something that we are trying then to prevent through these screening programs. And with cancer, it's spread cancer, to your bones, to your other organs, the kidneys that really affected by many diseases. The liver is also affected, just through the cell system, obviously. So this is why it's important that you go for your checkups. So reduce the risk factors, reduce the complications, reduce mortality, and all of that through early detection and diagnosis. You might want to also know or go through the programs depending on your age, which age group that you are in. Mine is 40 to 50, I guess. Yeah, so these screenings are from different ages. Yeah, but when we talk about, for instance, the pap smears and cervical cancer, there's something that is done earlier, and this is also from evidence-based reports, and that is vaccinations, trying to vaccinate kids as early as 12 years old. Young girls and boys right now actually are given the HPV vaccine, which is given in school age. I believe it's from 12, as early as 12 years old, if not younger. And this is to prevent cervical cancer. So that tells you how severe this disease and how, should I say, common the disease has been, to the fact that they came up with a vaccine to prevent the disease. So if you haven't been part of the vaccine program, but even if you have, you still need to go for pap smears, because the virus that causes cervical cancer is very common in our bodies, and if it multiplies, it will cause cervical cancer with women. And the reason why boys are vaccinated, because they also carry the virus that causes cervical cancer. Yeah, so these are things that can be done before. So obviously there's a lot of data for the screening programs, and they're there for you to utilize so that it can prevent disease. So I'm still a bit bummed that we are 28 minutes in and people are not finding the live streaming. I'm so sorry. I could have done it somehow, made it easier. But I can't get the link for this. Actually, I can. Yes, I can. So maybe we'll change that link. Let's see if we can change the link. Oh, it's really sad. Yeah, anyways, I'll just maybe so I mean, just technical problems have been like a thing for me, because just recently when I went for the spring run, I had, oh Lord, you'll see that, because that was also, I vlogged about that, and there was also, I guess I need to do a lot of research on this technical issues that can, just mess up my flow. What I've done though is I'm trying to be calm through everything, because there's no need to stress. This is going to be recorded and you can see it afterwards. And I'll try to make sure that maybe, I don't know. I can only apologize right now, because, my head is like a hot mess right now, thinking of how I'm going to do the damage control for this. And obviously, I feel like I'm talking to myself, but we'll be good. We'll be good. So I'm not gonna be long. I'm not gonna sit here for the whole 1.5 hours that I had planned. Instead, we're going to shorten this live because of the technical issues. So I could just publish it and you can watch it in advance. And for that matter, I'm going to make a video about these screening programs instead, so that you can watch a video with obviously better sound, better video format for you to watch on the importance of screening programs and the ones that are available especially for cancer prevention, but also health checkups that you can do to prevent disease. So before we get into more about that, there's other things that you can do to prevent disease, and that is outside of screening programs, and that is your lifestyle. I'm not sure if I have a video on the different lifestyles that we have, that you can better. I'm not sure. I have to check because that is the like one of the foundations of Nurse Aisha, and that is the lifestyles, our lifestyle and the lifestyle diseases. I think maybe I attempted to do that with having the lifestyle diseases one by one and talking about them, like diabetes and hypertension and strokes, the obesity, which is a lifestyle disease, and also the asthmas. I think I covered them one by one at some point, because that was like my foundation. I wanted to work with the non-communicable diseases, as we call them, to prevent disease. So what you can do on a daily basis is make sure that you carry out a good lifestyle to prevent disease. And when we talk about that, it's the things that you do frequently. And that is one of them being, making sure that you do not smoke cigarettes. And if you do that, you stop smoking. That could do so much for your health. And smoking other types of, like we talked about, I believe, shisha, the water pipes that we smoke, or people smoke. I don't do that. That is also, something that can better your health if you minimize the we call it the exposure to cigarette smoke. And that goes, for your children, if you have children around you that you are exposing. So the exposures being tobacco. And then we have the alcohol intake. I believe I talked about what is normal intake of alcohol if you drink alcohol. So these are part of, the lifestyle that we carry out, the things that we do frequently that can worsen our health. And if we we reduce that or remove it completely, that could better our health and have better health outcomes. So your diet, we can talk on and on and on about foods that we eat. Because when we talk about diet, we're not talking about you starving yourself. We're talking about a healthy, balanced diet. This on this channel, you will see a lot of that. We'll talk more about that on healthy diets. Ones where, excuse me, where you don't starve yourself, but you eat good food that are good foods that are good for you. Excuse me, let me just have a little drink. And so that you keep your body nourished and healthy through a good balanced diet, which can also keep your weight on a normal scale. And then we talk about my favorite, which is exercise. Making sure that you move, however way that you move, that you make sure that you exercise and get your a good blood flow and the breathing. So exercise can do so much for us, for our lifestyle. What else do we talk about? Yeah, exercise, diet, alcohol, cigarettes and tobacco and drugs and stuff like that obviously goes into the same category. So those are the things that you can do to prevent lifestyle diseases, because these diseases, when sedentary behavior, for instance, which is sitting around and not doing so much, not moving, because our bodies need movement. So we'll have to talk more about that on this time around. The videos that I have are quite a few years old, I believe, but this is something that we can talk endlessly about. So aside from screening programs, there's so much you can do through your lifestyle, through your diet and exercising and staying away and reducing intake of alcohol and smoking and drug abuse and stuff like that. So I think that is what I built this brand on, which is lifestyle diseases and making sure that I educate you on that type of those types of tools that you can use to better your health. Right. So we are going to talk more about this screenings. I guess like I said, I'll have to make a video because, yeah, technology. So without further ado, I promised you my results, because I think we're getting to the end of this road and I cannot continue talking without anyone participating, because I don't see any questions. I don't see anyone participating, which is so sad. But it is what it is. So I have my results, and it was really something that made me happy, obviously. Yeah, because what it says is that let me see where the camera is. Inga tecken på bröstcancer hittades vid mammografiscreening. So basically it says that there were no signs of breast cancer that were found in my mammogram screening. So that is the reveal. That is the results for my breast cancer screening, which is really, really good. And even though I got, should I say positive or negative? Positive answer for my screenings, that does not that will not stop me from still checking my breast, because we still need to do this frequently to make sure that, nothing comes up. And also, this will not just, I have to go for the next screenings, which will be in 2 years' time, because that's what my radiology nurse said. They call you every other year. And if it really looked really, really good, because they don't give you the actual detailed results, they just give you the positive or negative answer, basically. And yeah, so keep on doing the home tests that you do after 2 days after your period. You check your breasts, and also your armpits as well, and go for your screenings still. So that was the results that I got, and it was really quick. I think it took a few days or a week, perhaps, and I think it's the week with the mail coming through. So it didn't take. I was there on a Tuesday, and I got it the following week, like maybe on a Wednesday or something. I don't remember exactly. It was, let me see, it was printed on the 15th. Says when it was printed. And the 15th was, it was Wednesday. So it must have reached me like on a Friday, and I was there on the 7th. So yeah, about a week, I got the results to me, sent to me. So it's really, really doesn't take much of your time to go for these screenings. It doesn't. It could be draining emotionally to go for it, because this is also something that I've noticed, that people dread these types of screenings because they're afraid of the results. I know this is very, very common with screening for HIV, for instance. Now, for me, I just have trouble buying that you're afraid of the results, therefore you will not go for the checkup. I mean, please don't do that. Don't reason like that. It's better that so you can do something about it, rather than in the when we talk about HIV, there's also a risk, that when you don't know, you probably are spreading the disease to other people, and that is dangerous. As for the other disease, maybe they're not infectious or like that, but they still will affect you personally if you don't go for the screenings. So make sure that you find out the screening programs that are available to you through your screening programs in your country, your national health programs, and go for these screenings. And if you are done with them, you can go for a health checkup. So make sure that you find some type. Oh, here, somebody found the link. Yeah, prevention is better than cure. Yes, thank you so much for joining me, Ilona. A lot of people have not found this because the link was changed last minute. All right, so I hope that more people can watch after I've ended the stream. That is the idea. So let me do some damage control so that people can find the stream, the link now, and I will instead basically just try and make a video instead. All right, guys, I will try and do a better job next time and make sure that I don't have these technical problems. I hope that it works out. I'll see you in my next live streaming or any other video or a vlog. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Have a good day. A Sunday. Good Sunday. Bye.